Hello, everyone. Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Did they move the chat? Zoom your YouTube broadcast. Comments are not supported. If there's someone else out there watching, where the fuck is the chat? Oh, this is private. If there's someone else out there watching, where the fuck is the chat? It says it's private. What the fuck changed? But it says there's 6 people watching. Guys, I don't know. Oh, I gotta turn this down. Sorry. What the fuck? How can this be private? I didn't mark it private. Something changed. Fucking YouTube. I didn't even have the right freaking name. Hang on, guys. Stick with me for a second, okay? I'm going live right now. No shit. But it says it's public. Okay, it says it's public. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Hi, guys. This is just so weird that it doesn't have a chat. I can't chat with you guys. 7 people in here now. Thank you so much. I wish I can see you. I must have not signed up for something. Boy, this really pisses me off. God damn it. I don't know. I have to look that up. Why I wouldn't have a chat. If someone knows, text me or email me. Let me talk what I wanted to talk about. I just wrote a thing that says, you know, I've had a couple things I wanted to go over, but there were too many things to name it one thing, so I just said, just want to shoot the shit. There's a lot of things that I've talked to you guys about, and a lot of it might be repetitious. I want you to hear these words that I know something. And first, before I tell you what I know, I want you to understand the difference between a knowing and a belief. A knowing can't be challenged. There's no movement in a knowing. Outside of humanity, everything is itself, its truth, its knowing. Beliefs are truths that have counterance or opposing duality within them. I believe this, I don't believe that. What do you believe in? Do you believe in God? Yes or no? These are all dualistic points of view that sit nicely in a world of separation, duality, polarity, human experience. And when you have a knowing, there's no argument, no justification for it, no defending it. It's a constant of creation. It's a law of existence. It is the truth, yours. And one of those truths that I got were through experiences, and this took years. It took years of work. It's about living in the now. The now has so much value in it. I can't express enough. I can't tell you what it would equal if you were to equate it to something material. How valuable understanding what the now is, living here and now, living in the moment. We all know we have minds that live in time. We have a memory that helps us remember the past, and we have a memory that creates possibilities of the future within the potential of what our memory says is allowable, what our own feasible worthiness using the memory material to create a probable future. And we spend our nows living in time. And when we wake up, we start to see, we recognize our fears, our anxieties, our hopes, our needs for things that are not now. And they're very valuable to the human. And those human experiences are truths. Okay, and that's like your knowing. That's equal to your knowing. You couldn't think of any other way to actually live because it's so powerful. It's a truth that says, this is my truth. I know this, and you won't waver from it. And maybe you wake up and you start to see it's actually not a knowing, it's a belief. And any belief can be deconstructed because you recognize it as a dualistic portion of creation. Duality is a created reality. Creation doesn't exist in dualistic nature. That's humanity's experience, saying all of this is A, B, or C. That's why we're probably afraid of aliens, because we think they're evil or something as a collective, and we fear the unknown. So what the now has given me is an immense amount of opportunity to be courageous and speak my absolute blunt, fucking raw, true self, to see and experience over time of doing those actions that the consequences are none, the results are only evolutionary. And so instead of holding myself back with my own barriers, my mind sold me, this is as far as you can go. You can't go beyond this because, and that's all not now realities. I recognize that and allowed me to have the courage to speak my mind, channel as I choose, take my road, and bombardment of ridicule, a lot of it from the spiritual world, because I don't validate a lot of their diarrhea, and that's their truth, let them have it. But what I've found out is the now has given me the right to be myself, the right to be free. The right to be free. We don't know freedom. We're not free. We're not free. And I'm not talking your physicality and where you live. Those representations are dwindling every day anyway. We have so much oppression going on, but that's the human game. But I'm talking the freedom from your own mind, because in the now, there's no bindings. What would you think if you had no memory? You were fleeting in the now. Could you possibly fear the next now when you had no memory, when you had no time? You have to see the nature of things. Creation operates in the now. That now will represent to you, the slipstream of creation, the absolute sweeping. Things go my way because I let them. We're the ones, each individual, each one of you, each me, every self on this planet is the only person that disrupts any reality. Natural attraction is resonant towards your truth. You recognize your truths, you change your truths through your transcendence and stuff. If you have to change your truths and be a new person to attract a different reality. So those realities that flow effortless to you can only be turned away by you. Not bad luck, not karma, not someone else's wish, not someone keeping score up here and checking off. 7 months ago, I started a process, and now it's fruition. Next week, I'll know the outcome of this, what I call a process. But it wasn't a goal. What it was an opportunity to change something. So I said yes to this opportunity, and it changed my life, right? Got a little windy out there now. So it changed my life. And what had happened is I followed the steps in the now when they showed up. I didn't write the processes down that I had to do for the next 7 months. When that process, that step showed up, I took it. And I lived 7 months in my mind wondering, is it going to work? But I didn't listen to, is it going to work? I didn't listen to those things. I didn't listen to what, can you make it happen faster? Can it be better? See, those are my algorithms of time, of not now created realities that I create in the now, but they don't affect the future. They only affect the now. We think we affect the future. We create nows. Our memory puts it together as a transcendence over time, as congruency or connectivity or reason or cause. That's our mind selling us a story. The now is clean and pure and 100% new every now, brand new. So that sweeping now has swept me away into this cradle of grace that allows me just to skip along fandango with skip a light fandango if we're doing the song, and just allow the reality to flow. I just want you guys to work on it. Are you watching what you claim every day? Are you watching what you put into your vortex? If you can recognize what you're putting in and you feel it is a truth and it is a knowing, question it. Be brave. Question your own truth to feel it within here, not in here, not emotionally. If you feel emotional about it, you know it's a human truth. But if you feel a resonance in here that's absolutely unquestionable knowing, then continue that action. But if you find something that is polarized, dualistic, that can go either way, take a hard look at that. Change it in the now and allow the results of change, since you put a different idea into the vortex, The vortex responds with a different idea of reflection. You're a mirror. So maybe look at that. Maybe look at that. And again, I wish I had chat, and I don't know why the chat's not up anymore. I have to look into that or something. Anyways, so the experience of bravery of being now. Let me just give you an example. I talked to a fella here a little while ago, and he texted me, and there was something that he wrote to email me, and he wrote something. He wrote, I'm going against my soul contract. Something about going against his soul contract. If he chooses to have a soul contract, time says through someone else that you made it up before. A soul contract. How do you feel about that? See, that's a truth in time. How do you feel about it now? What happens if you don't fulfill a soul contract? Do you have to do it again? I'm wondering who's in charge of that. You're going to punish yourself for failing to fulfill a soul contract? See, there's a lot of realities that are a lot of expressed realities that are played out every day on this planet based upon time truths. Things that you buy in from the last generations of awakeners that have an evolved past, and they're selling you the same story that's been around for 20 years. Why the fuck do we want to go over what we've been over for 20 years? We are evolutionary. We have to move beyond ourselves, beyond the time. Some things might sustain, some truths about relationships will sustain, but one beliefs or another belief that is encouched in duality, polarity, positive and negative, good and bad, then you can look at that and you recognize that's a time reality, not a now reality. If I have fear about not fulfilling a soul contract now, then I have fear. There's no consequence because there's no contract unless I claim it. And if I claim it because someone else said that, then I'm giving that truth, my truth, creating my now, my reality. And that's how I create my world. In my now. The now is so open and so free and so usable. You've got millions of choices. You've got all these things you can do. But of course, the mind defines into one tiny little frequency band of, I can only do 1, 2, or 3 or 4 things. I can't do what I want because I don't have, or because this and this. And we make all these excuses. But we don't want to have our ego mind run us into the future. What we want to do is forget about the future, forget about the past, and live now, and apply the future in the now when it's resonant in the moment. Apply the future and the past in the now when it's resonant in the moment. I use my memory. My memory is part of my reality. It's a tool. It's an asset. The futures have potentials that give me the idea of this is opening up and this is opening up, and I can put my focus into either one of these realities. But there's nothing to do with fears. Nothing. Those are beliefs. So the now is true. Everything in it is your truth. Otherwise, it doesn't match you. And otherwise, it's not in your world. And don't think of reality in terms of true and false. Think of reality as terms of truth and a better truth. I have truth of anxiety at one time. Now I have a better truth. My better truth is I don't have anxiety because I don't value the future and the fears about that of loss, consequence. Therefore, I can't experience anxiety because I live now. That kind of idea. Anyways, I want you to look at that. I wish I had the chat. Motherfucker. I gotta look it up. Comments are not supported on private videos. It's not private. I didn't want it to be private. How did it go private? Anyways, I'm going to try to make it public, but I never put anything private unless it just does that automatically and I miss something. Anyways, I love you guys. Rock your reality. And my next video, I'll let you know about what happened with my 7-month process of living now that resulted in a reality. Okay? So I love you. Rock and roll. If you need anything, you know where to get a hold of me. Take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.